We've all tried pesto pasta, but have you ever tried sun-dried tomato pesto with fresh pasta without a pasta machine? It only gets better. We can do this at home. It's so easy. You just need eggs and 00 flour. And thanks to Euromercato, we've got all these amazing, authentic Italian ingredients, and I'm gonna show you what they are. So this is the 00 flour I was talking about. It's by Lama, and it's really great for pasta. They also have one that's actually specific for pizza, and this makes the pasta really silky. You do need 00 flour to make pasta. You cannot use all-purpose flour. And then this is their fantastic organic olive oil by Cavana. It's super delicious. We're gonna cook with it, and we're gonna make the sun-dried tomato pesto as well. And we've got this organic Parmesan cheese by Virgilio. And it's organic and it's delicious, and you definitely want the authentic stuff when you're making this recipe. Finally, sun-dried tomatoes straight from Italy by Bon Sapore, and I've just soaked them overnight. You can soak them for just like around 2 hours. It's no big deal. They're just gonna be softer. I remove the water, and that way they're gonna blitz easily when I mix in all the ingredients for my pesto. So this is the 00 flour from Euromercato. You can see it's just so much kind of fluffier than normal flour. I'm gonna get a little bit of salt and mix it in there, around half a teaspoon of pink salt. You can use any salt really. Mix it in. And then I'm gonna make like a well, a little swimming pool. And I'm gonna add some egg yolk in there. And I'm gonna mix in 1 egg as well. There we go. And I like to use a fork. And basically what I do is I just kind of whisk to get the walls of the pasta, so I won't mix it all in one go, just like that. And the reason for this is that I won't get any lumps. So once it's all mixed in, we're gonna start using our hands and just kind of forming it all together, getting all the flour before we move it to a surface. Like so. If you feel at any point that your dough is too dry, because not all eggs are the same shape, you might get like one that has more egg yolk than the other, then you just add another egg yolk, okay? If it's too dry. So once my dough looks like this, I'm going to wrap it in some cling film and let it rest for around, if you don't have an hour is ideal, you can do 30 minutes. I feel like my dough is nice, it's soft. If I'm gonna use this extra flour, it might dry up a little, so I just left it. It's not a big deal. And there we go, that's super nice, pillowy, soft pasta dough. So these are the ingredients of the pesto, the sun-dried tomatoes that I was talking about, and I roasted these walnuts. It just gives like more depth, richer flavor. You don't have to, but if you've got 2 minutes, please do. Our gorgeous organic Parmesan cheese from Euromercato, garlic, and the organic olive oil I was talking about as well. And I'm gonna need a hand blender. So basically, you just wanna put all the ingredients in, you just wanna blitz it in a food processor. You can use any nuts you like. So if you do have like walnut allergies and you wanna use almonds, you wanna use pine nuts, you can use that too. I just love the taste of the walnuts in this recipe. You're gonna put also the sun-dried tomatoes, loads of them. Bit of their juice, why not? Gorgeous olive oil as well. And you'll see kind of, if you need more olive oil along the way, you can always add more olive oil. So I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna add the remaining Parmesan cheese and a little bit of black pepper. You don't need to add salt because Parmesan is a little bit of a salty cheese. So at this point, we do not need to add salt. And you want it really, really kind of blended and smooth. So I'm gonna see, I like this, I'm happy with this. Consistency, get all the edges out, and we'll give it one last blend before we're ready to go. So once my pesto is nice and ready and smooth, I'm just gonna put it on the side, okay? And I'm gonna clean up, start rolling my pasta. Again, my 00 flour, just like make sure that the surface is covered with a bit of flour, including the rolling pin. First thing is I'm just gonna press it so it makes my rolling a little bit easier. And then I'm gonna start to press it. So this is the part where usually you would use a pasta machine, but we don't have to do that. You just need some muscle. There you go, so easy. So once it gets really long, you can put it just over the edge of your table, like so, and then just kind of roll out if you don't have space, and it will get thinner. Again, the other side. So now, we just want to kind of roll it up like so. You basically want to do it as thin as possible when you're rolling it out. And then you cut the edges off and you just start cutting it into, I want like kind of fettuccine, so around that size. Up to you. You can go thinner. And this is what we're gonna get. So I've got some boiling water. I'm gonna add generous amount of salt, so around 1 teaspoon. And meanwhile, I'm gonna start to cook out my gorgeous sun-dried tomato pesto. So yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, the Cavana extra virgin olive oil. Again, everything you can find on Euromercato online. Loads of amazing produce, straight from Italy. Little bit of olive oil. Get the heat going on medium before we add our gorgeous sun-dried tomato paste, and I want it all in because that's the base of my sauce. Start toasting on that gorgeous pesto. Now, meanwhile, while this is going on, speaking of timing, I'm gonna put my pasta inside the boiling water. So I've got everything working at the same time. Now, you can add the spinach at the end. I like to add it now because I have quite a lot of spinach, and it just makes things easier when it wilts before the pasta goes in. So I'm gonna put this much in, and I'll see if I need more later on. Now it's time for the magic to happen. And we are going to just add the gorgeous pasta straight on to the pesto. And then you need pasta water as well. And we can see how much we need, because that's the base of the sauce, you see? It's gonna cook, it's become thicker. Add a bit more. So you want it to be al dente before you add it to the sun-dried tomato paste, because it's gonna cook for a few more minutes, and that pasta water is the thing that's gonna make it nice and creamy. It's the starch from the pasta water. And at this point, I'm gonna add the remaining spinach in as well. So you can add it all now, but for me, it was just a lot of spinach. There you go. And I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. And I'm gonna taste it before adding the salt, because my pasta water is quite salty. So is my sun-dried tomato, so is my Parmesan cheese. So I just wanna make sure to see if it needs salt. And it doesn't. And that's why I'm not gonna add salt. It's perfect. What it does need is more Parmesan. Heat's off, and before we add the Parmesan cheese, let's clean the table. Perfect. So we put the pasta away from the heat, and now we're gonna use this amazing Parmigiano Reggiano from Virgilio, and we're just gonna grate some on the top. Loads of Parmesan cheese. And mix that all in, and I'm gonna just start plating up. I add a tiny bit more pasta water. And I'm gonna start to plate up. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit more on the top. Why not? Oh, so good. A little bit more Parmesan cheese. And that's it. gorgeous. I can't wait to dig in. And there you have it. Sun-dried tomato pesto, pasta, fresh pasta from scratch without a pasta machine. I can't believe that this was all made really quickly, really easily, and I just can't wait to dig in. It's delicious. It's delicious. You have to try. You have to try.